Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a flag short here on crude oil. Now, this flag is setting up to be a pretty wide one, so unfortunately, we're only looking at going in on this one with one contract. The primary reason is our entry here at 57.75. That puts our stop at 61 ticks. So it's a pretty big stop on this one. And because of that, again, we're just going in one contract instead. Now, for our target, I'm just looking for a 1-to-1. 56.97 down here is going to be the flag, the flag final target there. Now, obviously, if we had more contracts, we'd be looking lower to 56.28 and, you know, even maybe taking some off at 57.32 if we had a few extra contracts to spare. But in this case, because the setup's so large, really don't have the luxury of doing that. So just looking for that first target at 56.97. Now, that being said, if we can get that target hit, we're still looking at a 78-tick target, okay? So it's definitely not a small target by any means, but of course it's not a small stop either. So we are getting the really nice breakout here. A little bit of kind of sideways consolidation movement this morning. You know, we kind of had a small little kind of channel working its way up, and we came down, broke underneath it, tested it, and we tried coming back up into the range and then just dumped right back underneath. And after that dump, that's where we started kind of getting this little bit of a flag setting up here. And, you know, the early enters, yeah, you could definitely hop in off that little red candle off the flag highs. It's a little bit aggressive. You know, especially after seeing a wick like this one back there, it just kind of shot up and then came right back down. So you got to be careful on those types of setups. I'd much rather just enter on one of the lows back here. This I would still consider an aggressive entry. You'd normally want to wait for a breakout and then a close outside of the candle and maybe even a pullback retest so you can sell it. So this is a relatively early entry, not as early as up here, but we're short at 57.75, looking for that first target down to 56.97. Again, for those folks who are waiting, you could easily look for a pullback in to test this channel, or, you know, even to come back to test some of these previous swings back here to hop in for an entry somewhere around there. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if we can start getting a push down to hit that target down at 56.97. All right, folks, we're back. We're just... Oh. Wow. Okay. I was going to say I was going to move my stop to a little bit past break even, just based on the fact that we broke through that 50% level, and we're getting a really strong move down. I didn't want to give anything back. I did lock my stop in just a little bit higher above this swing. You can see they did come back, retest the flag, actually double tested the flag, and then dumped off. So there was a nice little entry area there. So when we started coming back down in the 50%, that's normally where we would start to take some profits off if we had multiple contracts. So you know, that being said, you may want to consider moving your stop to break even, or at least close to, you know, a little bit tighter than all the way back up at the highs. And in that case, we just got a huge block of volume coming in and dropped it all the way down to test at 56.97. Now, again, I really don't, based on what we're seeing right now, this is a really aggressive drop lower. I mean, you know, stocks are dropping, crude oil's dropping. We're under 60s for goodness sake, right? So, I mean, we're really aggressive to the downside. I don't anticipate this being the end of the move. But, you know, because we only have the one contract, we've got to be conservative and take that target at that 100%. If you have multiple contracts, you don't mind that larger risk on the initial entry, you can look to 56.28 as the next target. That'll be the next big one on the way down. So that's going to be the trade for today. 78 ticks on one contract, just because the risk size is a little bit too big to take more than just one. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.